Okay guys, so we're out here. We're doing PEX today. I have essentially 2 days to run my PEX and do my radiant floors, so it shouldn't be a problem. But what we're doing is, right now this is Plum, this is the kids' bathroom. I'm using 1/2-inch lines for the sinks. So any sink fixture is gonna have a 1/2-inch line. The toilet water is gonna have a 1/2-inch line. And then we're running 3/4-inch lines for the tub and shower insert. If we walk over here, you can see we ran the kitchen. So, just the same thing, a 1/2-inch lines for the hot and cold for kitchen. And if we look over here, I kind of made these wood holders. Basically, I have them labeled, and it's either 1/2-inch or 3/4. So we're going to be doing 1/2-inch to the tub, and then I have 3 hose bibs that normally, you just route your hose bib through your wall on your house, but I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it, and I'm going to plumb the hose bib for the exterior, like for exterior hoses. I'm going to plumb it up inside an interior wall, and then we're going to plumb it out through the stone wall. So the PEX is going to come up through an interior wall, and then it's going to hook to a valve. I forget what they're called right now, but they're really long valves. They have the spigot on the outside, but when you turn off the spigot, the valve that it closes is on the inside of the wall. What that does is anytime there's a freeze, when you turn off your water is stopped inside your wall. It doesn't ever go to the exterior wall, so you don't risk any sort of freezing and pipes bursting like that. So we have 3 of those, and those are all going to be 3/4-inch lines. This manifold over here that I have, this is for the PEX, the radiant flooring. So there's 12 pipes there, and an output and an inlet for 6 loops. So each loop has an out and an in, and we'll be showing that in a little bit. But right now we're going to get this done, and then I'm going to kind of clean up these lines, zip tie them, and kind of make it look nice, even though we'll never see it again. Okay, so we're now putting in the radiant floors PEX. I was just going to talk about it real fast. So as you can see, we have 6 kind of the gravel is broken into 6 sections where the interior beams divide the slab. And the way I'm doing my radiant floors is I'm doing a loop, and I'm doing 6 different loops, 1 for each section. Kind of how these go is it kind of loops around to the inside, and once it gets to the inside, it turns around and loops back out. So it's one continuous loop. I've done some reading on it. It seems that there's people say both things on the internet. Some people say it's fine to just zigzag. The nice thing about having a loop like this is the hot water, right when it leaves the first loop, it comes all the way around and it spirals to the middle, and then the water that's not as hot spirals back out. Instead of having all your hot water coming out on one side and zigzagging back, and then by the time it gets over to like this part of the slab over here, it's a little bit cooler than this side, so then your slab heats unevenly. So that's what this is doing here. This is my interior wall behind the bathroom, master bathroom, and this is where all the radiant floor piping is going to be stubbed out. You can see right now I have 3 loops done, and I have 3 more to go, and I'm starting on the 4th right now. It's 1/2 inch PEX, and I think the most important thing about running PEX in a slab probably is it needs to be a continuous loop. You don't really want any cuts and connections in your slab, just because it's just another place for it to leak. So these are all continuous loops. You can see I'm spooling out from a big spool over there. I have 2 1,000-foot spools. So I'm almost through the first one. And I'm gonna probably use the last spool for the last 2 spots over there. So anyway, I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna keep working on it before it gets too hot. It's supposed to be 100 or so today. So I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully I'll be able to crank out most of it today. And then probably tomorrow morning I'll finish it off. Not tomorrow morning, but the morning after is when we're doing the pour. So I have basically a day and a half from now to finish. So it's the night before the pour. We're pouring at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm doing one last minute little checks. One thing that is good to check in whenever you're running your pumping and slab is make sure you don't have any leaks. So what I did is I made these manifolds today, and basically I'm testing 2 loops at a time. I'm pumping them up to 50 psi. And then I'm letting them sit for 30 minutes. Longer is usually better for these sorts of things. But I have about 30, I don't have time. So we're gonna leave this. And I'm doing the other one right now. So that's what we'll be doing. And then lastly, the last thing that we need to do before the concrete is poured is we need to think about where our walls are going to be anchored, because in a slab like this, when you have radiant heat PEX all over the place, you can't just willy-nilly drive a anchor into the floor when you're anchoring a wall, because you might hit a tube. So we have to go through and string out where all the walls are going to be. And then I'm gonna make on my plans, I'm gonna mark basically along each wall where it will where it would intersect a PEX tube. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna be ready for the pour. They look tired.
Yeah.